All right, you guys, it is quarantine, coronavirus in the house. Let's see, we've been in our house since Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the days of the week.
Almost a week, 6 days, and we are eating all of our meals at home. Like nothing's been eating out. We've not eaten anything out. Everything's been what's in our pantry and our freezer, and we've gone and bought a few things, but it feels really good to just be home and to just eat out of your home and to not spend all that extra money eating out is really nice.
Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Hearted, we're not like the others, no reason to be.
So today I'm just making the kids a simple mac and cheese. It's the Annie's organic that they love. I'm also going to make like maybe a ham and turkey sandwich for them, and I'm using organic coconut milk, original flavor, not vanilla or anything, because I like to put that instead of regular cow's milk. My kids don't really drink a lot of cow's milk. They drink almond or coconut milk, and this is really nice, adds a good flavor and like a little bit more protein, a little bit thick, thickens up the mac and cheese. So here we go. Alright, tonight we are making what's in our freezer. So I've got these, I ripped open the bag like an animal, so it's ridiculous, but they're these sweet potatoes. I got them at Sprouts. Sweet potato toasts. Get it? Ha ha ha. Like they're toast. The best thing since sliced bread. Here they are. It looks like fish almost, but it's not. It's just these like little sweet potato slices that are super thin. It's 15 minutes at 350 degrees, and I think that they'll be good. It shows all these different examples. You can do an egg, avocado toast. So we're gonna do that. And then again, eating through the freezer, you guys. So we're going to do these Earth Best chicken nuggets for the boys. Rich does not eat a ton of meat, really any meat. So I'm gonna do like a different thing for him, like a stuffing and almost like the sweet potatoes, more of the meat. For the boys, I will do a stuffing, just a stovetop out of the box stuffing, chicken nuggets, and then they can have some of the sweet potato toasts if they want. So here we go. I forgot to add, I'm also gonna do some steamable broccoli florets, just because I feel like we need some greens, and I love just broccoli, so we're just gonna have some of those as well. Totally eating through the freezer, you guys, and in times like these, I'm glad that I had already had this kind of stuff just in our freezer, and it was just in the back and I hadn't been using it, so I'm glad to get to use it. Alright guys, it may not be the healthiest option, but it is definitely an easy one, and it's been in my cabinets. I'm making some stovetop turkey stuffing mix, and everybody's gonna like what they get. They're gonna eat it because this is what we have, and I kind of am loving that my kids just are gonna have to eat what we have. So I'll explain that to you guys in a minute. All right guys, so here is the finished product meal. It kind of has a Thanksgiving flair. I told you we're eating our way through all of our pantry, and we're just trying to make sure that we use what we have, and our freezer. So I had these chicken nuggets in the freezer. I had these sweet potato wedges in the freezer. This was in my pantry. It was the cranberry sauce, and then I had frozen broccoli, and I had some stuffing, and I made a fun meal. So for Rich, I'll do like a more meatless one because he's not doing meat, but I thought, you know, not a bad dinner, right? It tastes super yummy, and the house smells like Thanksgiving. So here we go. Alright you guys, so part of this video is I wanted to share with you some of my little tips and tricks, and most of them you will already know, but some, you know, you might not know, and so it'd be a fun one to share. I would love you also to share in the comments your tips and tricks for just basically how to keep food as long as you can. So let's talk about how to make food last longer. So let's be honest, the coronavirus is something that is on all of our minds right now. It is all across the news, it is sweeping across the country, and it's a scary, uncertain time. And so I want to try and just share some tips with you guys, because right now, one of the things at the forefront of my mind as a mom, I mean, is how to keep food in my pantry, in my fridge, in my freezer, and how to make it last longest, and how to stretch that food for my family so that I can limit my grocery shopping experience as much as possible. Every time I go to the grocery store, I feel like I have to disinfect my entire self because I don't know what germs may have just been lurking on that counter, or what the teller has touched before they came and touched my money. So honestly, the contact that I have with outside people right now, the less the better. And if you're in California, we're here in California, we've just gone kind of on like a lockdown basically, where we're limiting all contact with others, and we're staying in our homes except to do grocery runs or, you know, health emergencies, and of course those who have to work in certain situations. So our outside contact with the world is kind of limited right now. And alright, tip number one to keep your family healthy and strong and to make the most of your food budget and stretch your food and make it last the longest is to simply eat fresh first. So any of your fresh produce, your apples, your bananas, your strawberries, your lettuce, all that kind of stuff that is fresh produce that does not keep as well like over days and it starts to wilt or get older or can develop mold. Or okay, second tip. I probably should have said this one first, but either way, it's definitely in the top 2 tips. Make sure you are meal planning. When you go out to the grocery store and you're grabbing all your dry goods, like myself, I grabbed rice, I grabbed beans, I grabbed things for soup, potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you're not just grabbing things without sort of a plan. If you've already done that and you've already gone to the store, you've seen our videos where I've showed you our grocery stores here in California are very limited and bare right now, and I'm sure that's sweeping across the country right now as well. But if you kind of just grabbed what you could, that's still okay. Lay everything out, look at it, and decide what you want to meal plan for each day of the week, and then try and use those meals as best as you can. Feed your family first, make sure they're nice and full and go to bed with warm tummies and full tummies, but then whatever's left over, try to plan ahead the next day to kind of utilize some of those meals in lunches for the next day. Alright, tip number 3, do not feel that you have to give your family meat every single night of the week during the times that we're in, basically. Meat is hard to come by, right? And if you do have a fridge or freezer full of meat, first of all, you want to make sure you freeze as much of it as you can. So if you go to the grocery store and you're able to get ground beef or ground turkey or chicken breasts or anything like that, make sure that you freeze that, which you're not going to use in the next day or so. Make sure you freeze that right away, because then it can store for a while in your freezer, and then you can just pull it out as need be for meals. But having said that, you don't have to put meat in every single meal for your family. Other great alternatives are to use potatoes. You can use different kinds of sweet potatoes. You can use mushrooms, and also something we love to do a lot around here are utilize eggs. If you're able to get eggs, the protein in an egg is amazing. So you can throw eggs on top of rice, you can throw it on top of pasta, all sorts of different ways you can kind of do that. So make sure that you don't feel that you always have to have a meat with your meal. Maybe spread your meat out so that you have meat maybe 2 or 3 times a week as opposed to every single night. Some great fillers are, you can use rice. I know carbs, it's hard to stick to like a keto thing right now, but if you want to use some fillers for rice, brown rice, you can use different legumes, you can use, I'm trying to think, quinoa, stuff like that. So those are all great alternatives to kind of add to your meal. We last night we used sweet potato, and I just cut them up in wedges, and it almost felt like a little sweet potato steak. So get creative, think about how you cannot have meat every single night if you guys are a meat eating family, and try to just utilize and save your meat and strategically place it throughout the week where you think you can use it best. Alright guys, so tip number 4 is to go ahead, and if you are able to find oatmeal or grits in bulk, or even if it's not in bulk, those tend to be amazing breakfasts for young children, and just for, I mean, even I love those breakfasts. Rich loves those breakfasts. Don't feel pressured that you have to do like an eggs and bacon or egg kind of, you know, protein protein breakfast every single morning. To be honest, my kids seem to last a lot longer, like their energy levels keep going way beyond noon, like lunchtime, when I give them oatmeal for breakfast in the morning. Oats store really well, so if you are able to get a hold of oats or grits, make sure you pick those up, because you can dress them up in a variety of ways. You can kind of make a fun oatmeal or a grits bar, and again, it lasts a lot longer. So oats will keep them a lot more full. It will keep their energy levels up, and it will keep their brains thinking. I know so many of us are doing homeschooling right now. We already have been a homeschool family for years, but we, you know, have lots of friends who find themselves all of a sudden in a homeschool situation because of the state of our country at the moment. So make sure you're feeding your kids very brain healthy foods, and foods that will help their little minds to think and to have energy throughout the entire morning and the entire day. All right, my tip number 5, all you all who are gluten-free and who are like keto and stuff, you're gonna hate this tip. So I'm sorry, but in times of craziness and distress like we're in right now, this tip will really help you and will get you through a while. So if you have flour and you have sugar and you have yeast, you can make bread. So I think, in my opinion, making bread it's something that's so like therapeutic, and it's life-giving to your family. And I think if you can make bread and freeze it, it's a great activity when you're home with your kids right now, and we're all kind of trying to navigate through this homeschool thing. Making bread with your family is just kind of like a little godsend, honestly. Like, if chaos is going on in the house, just bring out your bread pan, get the family together, throw on your aprons, and just enjoy making bread together. All right, I cannot sing the praises of fresh bread enough, but I'm gonna leave you guys right there. I'll stop talking about bread. Go make some bread when you're done with this video. I'm gonna leave in the description box below some of my favorite bread recipes. Go get your little ones, get your family, head into the kitchen, go make some bread. Done. Okay, this is not really part of my 5 tips, but it's just something I have to mention and I have to say. So after you've eaten through all your fresh stuff, then start eating through your fridge and through your freezer. So you're gonna wanna eat through your fresh, your fridge, and then your freezer. And then you can add in your pantry items, you know, as such. Like you saw, we added like some cranberry sauce that I had in the can. We added some stuffing and stuff like that. Be inventive, be creative. That is part of making your meal stretch and making the most of your dollar, and not having to go to the grocery store so much during this time of kind of isolation and social isolation and all that kind of stuff. So get creative, get in there in the kitchen with your family, have some fun, and make some memories. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click that little bell. I will be back here tomorrow with another video, and until then, keep on growing. Peace. See you mañana. Bye, guys.